Hello everyone. I welcome you all for the 7th session of Numericals on Unsymmetrical Fault. Let us see the problem statement. A synchronous generator of rating 10 MVA 50 Hz has sequence reactance of 30%, 10% and 5% of positive, negative and the zero sequence respectively. It is connected to a line of having 3 conductors of 1 cm diameter arranged in triangle spacing of 4 meter side. The synchronous generator is excited to give 30 kV on open circuit. Find the current of 20 km along the line. Assume the resistance is 0. So this is a very good problem. These kind of problems will give a chance for us to revise the concepts whatever we have studied in the previous semesters. So you can see here they have not provided any reactance for us, but they have provided the data to find the reactance. First let us draw the single line diagram of the circuit given. So we have one generator and which is connected to a transmission line. So the generating ratings are given as a 10 MVA and it is operating at 50 Hz. And the generator is having the positive sequence reactance of 30% and the negative sequence reactance of 10% and the 5% respectively. And here we have to find out the fault current of 20 km along the transmission line. So let us say from the sending end side 20 km distance we need to find out the fault current. Somewhere with respect to this terminal, let us see we are trying to find out the fault current with respect to this point. In this problem he has not provided any reactance value with respect to the transmission line, but he has given the information which we need to find out the inductive reactance. So first let us write the base values that we are going to consider for this problem. So we have here in the entire problem we have only one MVA rating, that is 10 MVA, and only one voltage rating, that is 30 kV. These values itself we will consider as a base values. MVA base is equal to 10 MVA and kV base is equal to 30 kilovolt. So by using these base quantities we are going to find out the reactances of each component, that is a generator as well as for the transmission line. Now before proceeding for the calculations, so we need to think about 2 points. One is whether we have to find out the reactances in the per unit values or we have to find out the reactance values in terms of the ohms. Because till now whatever problems we have done now, we used to find out the reactances directly in the per unit values and except the transmission line, because majority of the times the transmission line reactance will be given in terms of the ohms. But if you look at this problem, the details are represented in terms of the actual units. So instead of per unit, in this problem we are going to find out the reactance in terms of the ohms. Now let us find out the sequence reactances in ohms for the two components, that is generator as well as for transmission line. For generators, so in the given problem they have given the positive sequence reactance of the generator as a 30% and the negative sequence reactance as 10% and the zero sequence reactance as a 5%. So what is that mean? The percentage is nothing but the per unit value, which is equal to J0.3 per unit, and this is equal to J0.1 per unit, and this is equal to J0.05 per unit. But we don't want the values of per unit, we need all the values in terms of the ohms. So for that we have a formula, that is X per unit is equal to X in terms of ohm into MVA base divided by kV base whole square. So from this equation we can write X in terms of ohms is equal to X per unit into kV base whole square divided by MVA base. So by using this formula we can find out the Xg1 value in terms of ohms is equal to Xg1 per unit is equal to J0.3 into kV base whole square 30 whole square divided by MVA base is given as 10, that is equal to J27 ohm. Similarly, you can find out the Xg2 in terms of ohms is equal to J 0.1 into 30 square divided by 10. So which will give us J 9 ohm, and Xg naught in terms of ohms is equal to J 0.05 into 30 square divided by 10, J 4.5 ohms. Similarly, we need to find out for the transformer all the three reactance values. First of all, for transmission line, we don't know any reactance value. They have not given any reactance value, but they have given some information which will help us to find out the transmission line reactance. Let us see what is that. Here they have given generator is connected to a line having 3 conductors of 1 centimeter diameter arranged in a triangle spacing of 4 meter side. And we know generally the transmission line will have a resistance as well as the reactance value. So, but for simplicity, in our problem we have neglected this resistance and we are considering only the inductive reactance of the transmission line. And we know the inductive reactance of the transmission line is equal to 2 pi F into L, where L is the inductance of the transmission line. So, inductance of the transmission line. And we know how to find out the inductance. We have a different conditions. So, the conductors may be arranged in a horizontal fashion or a vertical fashion. So, in this problem they have given, we are considering 3 conductors. These 3 conductors are equispaced. So, whenever you arrange the conductors in the triangular fashion, it means that these conductors are equispaced and the equal diameter. So, now let us see. The diameter of each conductor is 1 centimeter. Similarly, the dia of all the 3 conductors are taken as 1 centimeter, and the distance measured between each conductor is, each side distance is 4 meters. This is 4 meter and this also 4 meters and this side also 4 meter. So, we know very well, for these kind of problems, the inductance can be calculated using the formula 2 into 10 to the power of minus 7 ln of, that is the natural logarithmic of geometric mean distance divided by the geometric mean radius Henry per meter per phase. We can use this formula whenever the length of the transmission line provides in meters. But if you see our problem, the length of the transmission line is provided in terms of the kilometers. So, we need to write this equation in terms of kilometers. That will be equal to 2 into 10 to the power of minus 4 ln of GMD by GMR into Henry per kilometer per phase. So, I think all these equations you would have studied in the transmission and distribution subject. So, I hope everyone are aware of these equations. What is meant by this GMD and GMR? Let us recall the concept. You should clearly observe what are the values and what are the units that they have mentioned. They have given the distance, that is the diameter of the conductor. So, we know the diameter of the conductor is given as a 1 centimeter and the distance is provided 4 meter side. Now, what is meant by the geometric mean distance? The geometric mean distance is nothing but the distance which is represented between the conductors. So, now here the distance whatever we have taken, this is equal to the geometric mean distance. And what is the GMR? So, the geometric mean radius, that is equal to R dash, which is equal to R into e power minus 1 by 4. So, e power minus 1 by 4 value we know, that is 0.7788 into R. So, what is this R value? This is the radius of the conductor. So they have given the diameter, the radius r is equal to 0.5 centimeter. So the distance is given in terms of the meters and the radius is given in terms of the centimeters. So let us convert this centimeters into the meters, that is 0.5 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meter. So that's it. I think we got all the values. We know the GMD, we know the GMR value, and directly you can substitute in this equation to find out the inductance. So therefore, inductance L is equal to 2 into 10 to the power of minus 4 ln of GMD. The geometric mean distance is 4 meters divided by, and the geometric mean radius, that is 0.7788 into 0.5, that is the radius. So if you want to convert into the meters, into 10 to the power of minus 2. So the unit is Henry per kilometer per phase. It is not the meter, per kilometer per phase. So if you simplify this equation, we will get the inductance value as 1.38 into 10 to the power of minus 3 Henry per kilometer per phase. So since it is at 10 power minus 3, you can write this as a 1.38 millihenry per kilometer per phase. So we got the inductance value. Therefore, you can find out the XL, the inductive reactance, that is 2 pi F into L. So 2 pi 6.28 into frequency is given as a 50 Hertz and the inductance 1.38 into 10 to the power of minus 3. So this is given as a per kilometer. For 1 kilometer it is the inductance. But you need to find out the reactance value. So we are taking the fault for a 200 kilometer length line. You need to find out the fault with respect to this complete line length. So that means this should be multiplied with 200. So therefore the total inductive reactance XL in terms of ohms is equal to J 8.66 ohms. How to find out the positive, negative and the zero sequence reactance of the transmission line? Since it is a static device, the transmission line, static and symmetrical device, we know the positive sequence reactance of the transmission line is equal to the negative sequence reactance of the transmission line. So which is equal to J 8.66 ohm. So we need to find out here the fault current. So he has not mentioned anything like which type of fault we have to consider, whether it is a line to ground fault or a line to line fault or the double line to ground fault. So anything we can consider here, but more by looking at this data, so we have for the transmission line, we have only the positive and the negative sequence reactances. He has not mentioned anything about the zero sequence component for the transmission line. So it is better to go ahead with the line to line fault, where we no need to consider the zero sequence components at all. We are going to find out the fault current for a line to line fault. Now let us draw the positive sequence network. The network is having only two components. One is the generator, another one is the transmission line. So this is the generator equivalent circuit. So we will have a X1, Xg1, and this is the EA, and this is the transmission line positive sequence component. That's it. Now in the problem they have given the open circuit voltage. You can see here synchronous generator is excited to give 30 kV on open circuit. So we know that the open circuit voltage is nothing but the Thevenin's voltage. So you can say the VOC, the open circuit voltage, is equal to Thevenin's voltage 30 kV. That means we no need to find out the Thevenin's voltage. They have provided already the Thevenin's voltage. What else we need to find out? We have to find out the Thevenin's impedance. So what is the value of Xg1? We have determined the Xg1 value as J27 ohms. And the transmission line positive sequence reactance is J 8.66 ohm. Now let us find the Thevenin's impedance of the positive sequence network. So from which terminals we are trying to find out the fault? Let us consider we are observing from this point. So then the Thevenin's impedance value will be the source will be deactivated. Then you will measure the Thevenin's impedance with respect to this terminals. Then you can say that these two will be connected in a series fashion. So directly you can add these two reactance values. Therefore, Z1 Thevenin value is equal to J27 plus J8.66 ohm. That is equal to J35.66 ohms. So now we got the Thevenin's voltage and the Thevenin's impedance. Let us draw the Thevenin's equivalent circuit. So the Thevenin's equivalent of the positive sequence network will have Thevenin's voltage and the Thevenin's impedance of the positive sequence component. So it is 30 kilovolt and here this value is J 35.66 ohm. So the negative sequence network will not have any voltage. So it will have only the reactance of the generator, that is the negative sequence reactance of the generator and the negative sequence reactance of the transmission line. That's it. So this is the negative sequence network. And what is the Thevenin's impedance of the negative sequence network? We are going to find the Thevenin's impedance from these terminals. X2 Thevenin value is equal to, these two will come into the series connection. So what is the value of Xg2? Xg2 we got J9 ohm and X transmission line is equal to same as a positive sequence, that is J8.66, that is J9 ohm plus J8.66, 17.66 ohm. Thevenin's equivalent of the negative sequence network is nothing but whatever the Thevenin's reactance we have determined, X2 Thevenin, that is equal to J17.66 ohm. That's it. We got both the positive and the negative sequence. We are assuming that we are going to find out the fault current with respect to the line to line fault. And we know very well the interconnection of the circuit for the line to line fault is the positive sequence network and the negative sequence network will be connected in parallel with each other. So the interconnection of the circuit. So we have the positive sequence network and the negative sequence network, both will be connected parallel to each other. So that is, this is the Thevenin's voltage V Thevenin and X1 Thevenin. So that is J 35.66 and it is J 17.66. So this is current IA1 and this is current IA2. So we know the current IA1 is equal to minus IA2 and the fault current, the formula for the fault current is √3 times of IA1. So now you can say here what is the value of IA1. From this circuit, you can find out the current IA1 is equal to total voltage by the total impedance. For the three-phase system, they have given a 30 kV. Then you need to find out the phase voltage because these reactances will be represented with respect to the phase quantity. So let us find the fault current. So fault current is equal to √3 times of magnitude of IA1. That is equal to √3 times of Thevenin's voltage, that is 30 kV divided by √3, that's a phase quantity, divided by summation of the two reactances values, that is J. So since we are considering it as a magnitude, you can represent only the magnitude value, that is 35.66 plus 17.66. So which will give us √3 into 30,000 divided by √3 into 53.32. And this √3 will get cancelled. Finally, we will get the fault current as a 562.64 ampere. So this is the required current. I hope it is clear. So if you have still any doubt, please let me know. Thank you.